some of the events or a repetition of the events that have taken place here in Los Angeles recently, we have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put 2 dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Tamir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coons. The white man to go nuts if he can't shoot. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
We are
sense.
denied not only civil rights but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Ahmadiyyah.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They're trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations. I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
I'm
Queen.
getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights but even human rights. So
Ahmadiyyah.
the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation.
Queen.
All in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunsa. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all in Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get mad. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on their necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat.
This is the sound of Eric Malcolm.
It's a cut on the gas, other one on their necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin?
you want?
Okay, ho. That's what you want to say?
That's the song you want?
Like us. They not like us. Anyway, are you my friend? Are you my friend?
Ooh.
They not like us. 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 You think the Bay gon' let you disrespect Pac, nigga? I think that Oakland show gon' be your last stop, nigga. They cold foul.
What song you want?
Okay, ho. That's what you want to say?
That's the song you want?
Like us. They not like us.
Hey, monster on the beat, ho, Debo, any rap nigga, he a freak though. Man down, call like Amber Lambs, tell him breathe, bro. Nella nigga to the cross, he walk around like Tizo. What's up with these jabroni ass niggas trying to see Compton? They in the street and hate the Bible and God watch. How many options you got? I mean, how many options?
All right, hello everyone. As you can see, I messed that up. I messed that up. Okay, so with that all being said, let's get into it. Now, y'all know I was supposed to be off today, all right? I was not planning on working this weekend, but everybody kept calling me about all this mess going on about Drake being exposed even further, okay? And then my thorough assistant was doing all the research and sending me the receipts. So shout out to Truth Over Everything, okay, my assistant who was doing research for me today. With that all being said, let's get into it. All right, everyone, please, the likes up. Please like and share, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so already, be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Excuse me. Okay, so first and foremost, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Dr._AShakur, TikTok at Dr. A Shakur, and Twitter at DGoddess27. Also, make sure that you double check to make sure you're still subscribed, especially if you have not been receiving those notifications. All right, so let's get ready to get into it. Let's see who's in here. Miss Sandra says, Miss Queen, it's like back in the day, gotta tune in to all my children. I know, right? It's all so crazy. Okay, so with that all being said, Queen Sam said, we're black and ready, even at work. Okay. All right, so let's get ready to get into it. Hello, Battle Axe, Nandy, Desmond's in the house. Shout out to my moderators putting in work. Miss Shanty is here. Said Drake Smollett. Absolutely, okay. Sandra, Anita, Timber Dan. All right. Nandy, Tawana, Jeff ATF, Alicia. Okay, so let's get into it. Teacup, I see you, beloved. Wavy, though, is in the house. Felicia Cox. Okay, Buckhorse DC said, I can't believe the Queen is alive. Yeah, I can't either, okay. So with that, I'm going to say, hey, Jasmine. Thank you, beloved, and happy Mother's Day to you. Happy Mother's Day in advance to all of the beautiful mothers, all right, and the grandmothers too. I'm not going to be live tomorrow, okay? That's when you won't see me. I have a very, very busy, strong end, not a weekend. Okay, so, hey, Myth King the Dean. All right, Root Trackers is here. Anita, Jasmine. All right, so let's get into it. With that all being said, this is really crazy. So you all remember how Drake was lying and saying that, you know, it was no mole and that he was just putting information out there, planting information for Kendrick to fall for it or whatever and all of that. Well, he's caught in a lie now, and he's been getting caught in plenty of lies as the days have unfolded. Now, let me pull up this receipt real quick, because there's actually video footage, and him and DJ Academics are looking real stupid at this point. Okay, because we already know that DJ Academics has been caping for Drake so hard, literally swinging from his junk. Okay, and y'all know what junk I'm talking about. So remember this cover. Let me share the screen real quick for those of you who missed it. Now, remember these items that Kendrick used on the cover for his diss song against Drake. All right, these are Drake's prescription pill bottles, his receipts, and all that stuff. And so basically, like I said, Drake wanted us to think that there was no mole in his camp, but that someone, or that he basically just put that information out there. Well, that's all going, because there is a person posted all this information on Twitter under an account called Ebony Prince 2K24. Okay, and so I'm going to share my screen so you all can see this. We're going to get into it. Here's something else that's crazy. Now, you all remember I did a very thorough expose on Kim Porter maybe about 2 to 3 weeks ago, and I was talking about how basically I was talking about how Chris Gamble, which is Kris Jenner's boyfriend since 2014. I was talking about how he had ties to Kim and Diddy, and that he was, strangely enough, at Kim's house the day that she passed away. What's really going on with that? We know that Kanye called him a CIA agent, basically said he was CIA, and I showed you the video of Kanye saying that. But so now, well, I'm going to just wait and let you all see as we get into it, okay? Everyone, please get those likes up. Thank you in advance. Okay, I'm going to share my screen so you all can see what this, the information that was posted to Twitter. Okay. Okay, so this is the account that was posting all this information. Okay, it says, and this is from 6 hours ago. Now, there were some more posts just maybe an hour or so ago. I'll show you those in a minute. But let's go over these first ones. Okay, so about 6 hours ago, it says, had you not lied, I would have just waited until you died to sell my goods. Then it says, push-ups, really? Should have kept that to yourself. You're blocking my money with your lies, so you have forced me to get it another way. You had many things discarded on your behalf over the years. I wonder if you can remember them all. Now, I want you to pay attention, because this person is saying to him, and they're talking to Drake. They're saying to him, you've had many things discarded over the years. I wonder if you can remember them all. So that says to me that whomever this person is on this account that's posting all these receipts that we'll see in just a moment, this person had to have close ties to Drake. They had to definitely be a mole and be someone with very close ties to him, and for years. Okay? And I bet he is wondering, what else do they have? Okay, so then they say, to Mr. Arbery Graham at Drake, may this photo help jog your memory as to where you discarded those items. The issue in the photo should also jog your memory. Jimmy Brooks would not have been proud of you that night. Okay, and so this is a screenshot of surveillance footage, okay? And so it was posted, well, it's from January the 22nd of 2023 at 3:19. All right, so you can see Drake. That looks like Drake back there with luggage or whatever. That looks like him. And there's a disabled person. I forgot his name, because this is the guy, this disabled person is the one who DJ Khaled gave him his gold chain. Okay, and so anyway, that's DJ Khaled. I don't know who that other person is, but they're just reminding him. They're saying this should jog your memory, and they're saying that something happened that night. Well, I think what happened is that that's the night DJ Khaled gave the person their chain. Hold on, let me see if I can pull that up real quick. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Because I saw that earlier. I saw it earlier, and I forgot to send it to myself. Okay, I think this is it right here. I'm telling you, all this stuff is so nefarious, and I wonder what Drake is thinking at this point. Okay, so I'm going to have to look for that in a second. But in the meantime, let me put this up on the screen. Now, this is what DJ Academics posted. Okay, hold on. This is what DJ Academics posted. I'm going to pull this up. Let me enlarge it. This was on his Twitter. Pearlie said he's busted. Yeah, absolutely, he is. Okay, he absolutely is. It's not a good look at all. Okay, here we go. Now, I don't know if you all can read that. Let me see if I can enlarge it a bit. Let me pull it back so I can read it. Okay, it says, this is what DJ Academics posted. It says, evidence of Drake planting his father's suitcase in a hotel lobby has now surfaced. Drake seemingly hints to it in red button. All right, so now let me enlarge it so you all can see this, exactly what he's talking about. Okay, so you see it's the same picture. Okay, but then he said Drake hints to it in red button. It said, rest of y'all, I treat you like you never made it. Leave your labels devastated. Even when you pad the stats, period. I never hated. Even when you stab me in the back, the vest is metal plated. Trying to see a B inside my circle, like I'm getting graded. And then it says, all this luggage in the, I don't know what it says after that because I can't click on it because it's a screenshot. Okay, but so basically, oh, I'm sorry, you all weren't seeing the same thing I was seeing. Hold on, did you all not see that? Once in the chat, if you all saw what I just put up on the screen, were you all able to see that? Once in the chat. Do I need to put it back up? Kajima said, okay, you all saw it. Okay, great. Okay, so Kajima said Drake is goofy. Academics is goofy. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, he is. Now, let's go back to Twitter. Because this person posted a video, and the funny thing is, DJ Academics was trying to say that, that the picture was the screenshot was basically photoshopped. It wasn't real and all of that. But they actually have a video. They were screenshotting or screen recording a video. Okay, here we go. And they tagged TMZ, Roland Martin, BET. They tagged a bunch of people in this also when they posted this stuff. Okay, so now right here it says, number 1, King at Kendrick Lamar is not a liar, and I'm not a thief. Now, the reason they're saying they're not a thief is because Drake has come out and said that somebody stole his items and this, that, and the third. But funny thing is, how did somebody steal your items when you said that you planted the stuff? So he's telling on himself. Then it says, number 2, Mr. Aubrey Graham at Drake and Mr. Livingston Allen at Academics have until noon, Monday, May the 13th of 2024, to retract your claims of theft, or my attorney, Miss Adrian Edward, and I will exhaust every legal option available. I want you all to pay attention. So basically, now this is the footage right here.
Adonis. I'm sorry that man is your father. Let me be honest. It takes a man to be a man. Your dad is not responsive. I look at him and wish your grandpa would have wore a condom. I'm sorry that you gotta grow up and then stand behind him. Life is hard, I know. The challenges always go beat us home. Sometimes our parents make mistakes that affect us until we grown. And you're a good kid that need good leadership. Let me be your mentor, since your daddy don't teach you shit. Never let a man piss on your leg, son. Either you die right there or pop that man in the head, son. Never fall in the escort business, that's bad religion. Please remember, you could be a bitch even if you got bitches. Never code switch, whether right or wrong. You're a black man, even if it don't benefit your goals. Do some push-ups, get some discipline. Don't cut through corners like your daddy did.
There's the glove. This is everything Kendrick had in the cover art. So there absolutely is a move. Drake is such a liar. The pill bottle had Drake's name on it. There's a laptop there too. Did you all see the laptop on the floor? Okay, so let me get out of this and shrink this back down. Okay, so Sweet D said, "I bet he wish he would have left Kendrick alone." Yes, absolutely. So he's just so busted. Those are all the items. In fact, those are all the items that were in the cover art, like I said. But hold on, because here's something else. Hold on, let me pull this up. Likes up, everyone, please. Don't forget to like and share. Thank you in advance, beloveds. Okay, now I want you all to see this. This is a receipt. This is a receipt right here for the jewelry. This is an up-close image of that. Can you all see this? $63,147. Okay? Now, I find it all very interesting. Drake's lies are just coming completely undone. And then let me show this. Who said when Canada Dry tries to net juice via GMO swag? Okay, now this was posted to Lipstick Alley. It says confirmed info because people keep posting misinformation. The screenshot is from the Mark Hotel that Drake stays at when he's in New York City. Drake was in New York City both in January and July. Now that's important because here's the thing. Okay, those items had Drake's name on it, like the medicine bottle said Aubrey Graham. And then also on the screenshot of the hotel lobby where you see DJ Khaled and someone who looks like Drake, it had the date on there of January the 22nd of 2023. So this right here is saying that Drake was in New York at that time. And he further was in New York at that time because there was an incident where he had to stop his show. Okay, because a fan fell or something. But hold on, I'll get to that in a second. But let me finish reading this. So it says, the tweet alleges something bad happened the night of the CCTV screenshot during Drake's something. Hold on. Why is that not on here? Hold on. Let me go back. Okay, then it says the video of Drake's personal items is not from Kendrick's penthouse. Okay, because that's what people were saying. You saw the water part of the video where they're showing the water and stuff. Well, they were trying to say that Kendrick has an apartment across the water and that it was videoed from there. But this says the video of Drake's personal items is not from Kendrick's penthouse, but Harriet's Lounge in BK, okay, which is close to Kendrick's place. Now, the date on several of the personal items is June and July, implying that they were given or taken during Drake's July visit to New York City. Okay, so like I said, this is all getting real crazy. Drake has definitely been exposed. Now, with that all being said, let's go back and see what was posted after the fact. Okay, so now it says, how we know you're not like us. We never come back after we curse out the service providers. I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean. They say we never come back after we curse out the service providers. Hold on. Then it says, God's plan. Funny how that works, isn't it? All right. Then it says, I'm not an extortionist or a career killer. I am a Black American capitalist. You have inserted yourself in between me and my money. Move. Humble yourself and tell the truth. Now, that was posted an hour ago. And then it says, this is why I tell companies I don't conduct company business on my personal cell phone. But since you're so finicky, they insisted I install WhatsApp. Subpar service is not in line on the Forbes standards. That's what you pay for. So why would you think there would be no proof? And then so they post this thing, this screenshot from the Mark, that hotel that they say Drake was staying at. I'm going to share my screen so you all can see it. And it shows that it was, I guess it was reported as lost. You see that? Can you all see that? It says found item number 2. This is the one where they say subpar service is not in line with Forbes standards. That's what you pay for. So why would you think there would be no proof? It's looking pretty bad, Drake, buddy. It's looking pretty bad. But now here's the real scoop. Okay, here's the real scoop. Oh, and let me say this too before I get to the next topic. There are some young girls who came out and basically said that, hold on, where is that at? There are some young girls that came out and said that Drake had invited them to Dave & Buster's, or he was at Dave & Buster's. So here's the thing. Drake, I don't know if you all remember this, but back in 2021, I remember specifically it was reported. I don't know why they reported it, but I can't remember why they reported it. Let me see if I can find it real quick. They were talking about Drake renting out Dave & Buster's. And these girls were at Dave & Buster's, supposedly. And I saw something that was posted on, he had a party there. I saw something that was posted on the neighborhood watch, which I'll show in a second. Okay, it says this was reported by TMZ in September of 2021. Okay, it says Drake rented out Dave & Buster's for party, fun, games, and twerking. And now I'm not going to show TMZ's video, but I will show the screenshots. It says Drake went all out for a shindig down in Miami, renting out an entire Dave & Buster's and partying the night away with tons of celebs and scores of twerking hotties. Okay, the fun and games went down Wednesday night at the D&B in Miami's Dolphin Mall, and other celebs were in attendance, including Future, Yellow Beezy, and Alexis Sky. Folks who were there told us everything was free, courtesy of Drake, and the rapper played his #1 album, Certified Lover Boy. But now he's a certified PDF file, according to Kendrick. Now, as you can see, Drake's party people were having a blast. The tunes were bumping, and there were about 1,000 ladies in the house, many of whom got up on the arcade games and started twerking. Okay, Drake's making it a habit of renting out big venues for special occasions, as we reported. He had a date night this summer with Joanna Leah in an empty Dodger Stadium and celebrated his Billboard Award win at SoFi Stadium. Now I'm going to show you all some screenshots. They were twerking it up, honey. Okay, they were getting it in. But I'm not going to show that. Like I said, I don't want any problems with copyright, because TMZ doesn't play about their copyrights. And not that I could blame them. Okay, but here's a screenshot. Y'all see that? Y'all see the girls twerking? So yeah, so those young ladies who said that Drake was having a party at Dave & Buster's, and that's where, they got there or whatever, and stuff that they were saying. There was one girl specifically. She didn't want to go too much into detail, and I forgot to download that video because it's on TikTok. But nonetheless, this girl basically didn't want to say too much because she said she signed an NDA. She said she signed an NDA, but if there was anything illegal going on, and I don't know that there was, but if there were, of course, the NDA doesn't count. But also, if she was a minor, that doesn't count either, unless she got permission from her parental guardian or something. Right? So, but here's what I found on the Neighborhood Watch. It says, oop, woman who went to rich white high school says she knows girls at her school who were going to parties at Drake's house. He was 29 at the time. Okay, so I want you all to pay attention to this, because who's always caping for Drake? Who did I just say is always caping for Drake? DJ Academics. Okay, now you may remember, those of you who watch all the lives, you may remember that I did a video months back when DJ Academics was facing allegations of SA. Okay, and then I showed you also where these girls who were young, they were minors, like 16 and 17, they were accusing DJ Academics of the same thing. They were accusing him of the exact same thing. And they were in high school. So with that all being said, I find it very interesting. So I'm going to share my screen so you all can see this. Likes up, everyone, please like and share.
Women between like 28 and 33 right now living in LA who have had interactions with Drake can bring him down. They can be the nail in the coffin. So listen, I went to high school between 2011 and 2015. Okay. In that time, and I went to a very rich white private high school. And during that time, I heard of girls or girl sisters going to Drake's house. We're in high school, okay? And maybe they weren't freshmen, but still, you're still 16 to maybe 18-year-olds, but you're 16, 17 years old going to this grown-ass man's house. If you look up his fucking birth year and look up those years, he was between 27 and 29. He was 29, 2015. So I know that there are a lot of people out there, maybe with some memories, and it's hard to look back on and be like, holy fucking shit, I was a child. And there was a power dynamic, and this is me being taken advantage of. But you guys need to step up and fucking cancel Drake and like just end it. Just end his shit. I think rich women between like.
Okay, so what I want you all to pay attention to is I thought some people were sounding real stupid. When I was reading the comments on that post on Instagram, there were a few people saying stuff like, and these were women, mind you, they were saying, oh, she's just mad because she wasn't invited, and so now she's snitching. I'm sorry, if a grown man, almost 30 years old, was at a high school, or was hitting on high school girls at a party, I think that's crazy. And then someone said, well, why would high school girls sneak into a grown person's party? What? I'm sorry. How many high school kids do that? Plenty. So that was just crazy. Okay? Some people just really are in denial. They don't want to face the facts. That's just what it is as far as I'm concerned. Now, here's what I thought was very interesting. This is what I thought was very interesting. Hold on. I'm getting my receipts mixed up because I have receipts for another video that I'll probably wait to do on Monday. Okay? Probably wait to do on Monday. Now, listen to this. So, this report says, more to the story. Kendrick Lamar's mysterious connection to Drake's stolen pill bottles in Jamaica. Okay, so in a twist that could rival any hip-hop saga, Kendrick Lamar recently found himself entangled in a web of intrigue involving none other than Drake's father, Dennis Graham. The story revolves around stolen pill bottles, a mysterious chest, and a connection that spans continents. Let's delve into the details of this captivating tale. Now, the stolen chest. It says, back in 2021, during a trip to Jamaica, Dennis Graham, the father of Canadian rapper Drake, suffered a theft. The stolen items were no ordinary chest. It held sentimental value for Graham. Desperate to recover it, he took to social media, offering a $1 million reward for its safe return. Now, the chest contained items precious to him, and although they held no monetary value for the thieves, the contents were pill bottles and more. Inside that pilfered chest lay a curious assortment of items. Among them were 2 pill bottles bearing the name of none other than Aubrey Graham, Drake's government name. The bottles hinted at a deeper connection, and their significance would soon become apparent. But how did Kendrick Lamar come into this picture? Kendrick's cryptic artwork fast forward to the present day. Now, Kendrick Lamar, known for his lyrical prowess and thought-provoking music, dropped a diss track aimed squarely at Drake, titled Meet the Grams. The song featured intriguing cover art, a black leather Maybach glove, 2 receipts, and those very pill bottles adorned the artwork. Zoom in and you'd see Drake's name and what appeared to be an address on one of the bottles. The unanswered questions. Okay, now they say, how did Kendrick get his hands on this cryptic photo? Sources revealed that he didn't physically possess the items, but received the image from a source associated with Drake's OVO camp. The backstory is fascinating. The chest containing these items was stolen from Dennis Graham during his Jamaican trip in 2021. The thieves took photos and eventually returned some of the loot for a price. Kendrick's involvement remains shrouded in mystery, leaving fans speculating about the connection between the two artists. Conclusion. As the hip-hop world goes nuts with theories and whispers, Kendrick Lamar's cryptic artwork serves as a testament to the intricate web of relations and secrets that bind artists together. Whether this saga continues to unfold or remains forever enigmatic, one thing is certain. The stolen pill bottles from Jamaica have become a symbol of intrigue, connecting Kendrick, Drake, and Dennis Graham in an unexpected dance of fate. Okay, so of course, those were the items that I just showed you. Now, they say the items were returned for a price. Well, we just saw the items. So the question is, the person behind that Twitter account, did they get those items? I don't think they stole them. This is somebody, like I said, that obviously knows Drake and has known him for quite some time. Nonetheless, if the items were returned for a price, as it says in that article, well, they clearly screenshot the items before returning them, if that's the case. Okay, so that would be how Kendrick got it. They obviously sent it to him. So I just want you all to pay attention, because all this does is exonerate Kendrick and prove that he's not the one that's lying, okay? And he's not the one that took those items either. Now, with that all being said, let's talk about what's really the scoop. So you all remember that I did that very detailed story about Kim Porter's autopsy. So now we find out that Kim Porter, Kanye West, and Drake all had the same doctor, and that is none other than Dr. Michael Farzam. And someone made a call to him, which I'm going to play you the recording. That's him right there. You see this right here that's blacked out? Okay, that's from the autopsy report, because those of you who saw that video where I did show the autopsy report and I gave all the details, I said, why is that doctor's name blurred out? Why is it redacted? You all may remember that. So I'm going to pull my old video up and show that real quick. Because all this stuff is, and here's the thing, let me say this. This is the part I forgot to say. So on the pill bottles that were in that video on Twitter, when you zoom in, you can see the doctor who prescribed them. And that's Dr. Michael Farzam. So that's the doctor who gave Drake the prescription. Is the same doctor that was treating Kim Porter before she died. So please pay attention. Okay, so now let me see. Let me look at my timestamps real quick. And that's what took me a minute to get on here, because I had to find the timestamps so I don't have to keep scrolling through this video while I'm on live. Okay, so let's get into it. I'm going to share my screen. And this is a video that I can't remember when I did this video, 3 weeks ago, maybe a month, something like that. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance. Now, okay, I can't read this. Oh, that's too small. I'm going to have to go to my, pull it up on my email. Okay, here we go. So I can enlarge it better. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance. Okay, now this says, the highlighted part says, on November the 7th of 2018, she was experiencing throat pain and called a physician to request erythromycin. Okay, that's an antibiotic. She was seen by a physician on November the 12th of 2018. So she didn't see a physician for 5 days. Maybe that's the first time she could get an appointment. You know, sometimes you call, if it's not such an emergency, they just schedule an appointment. So maybe that's as soon as they could get her in. So I don't think that's really strange. But they say she was seen on November the 12th, 2018, who noted she had cold flu-like symptoms, including nasal congestion, sweats, mild cough, body aches, and sore throat. She had a temperature of 102 degrees Fahrenheit with flu and strep throat test being negative. Okay, so now I want you all to pay attention because here's another inconsistency. Flu and strep test negative, but didn't they say in the article, one of those articles that I read, that the flu turned into pneumonia? Isn't that what they in fact said? But here it says she didn't have the flu. It said she had a temperature of 102 degrees Fahrenheit with flu and strep test coming back negative. And that's also interesting because it says the strep test came back negative. So I guess they tested her for strep throat, but you can also have streptococcus bacteria when you get pneumonia, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, now she was given Toradol and intramuscular route, by intramuscular route, which means they gave her an injection in her arm, possibly in the bicep area, or not the bicep area, but the fat part of your arm, the muscular part of your arm. Okay, and was given intravenous fluids, including saline and vitamins. They'd give you that if you were feeling dehydrated, okay, or your electrolytes were thrown off of balance. That's when they would give you that. Now, Miss Porter called this physician the following day on 11/13/2018 and explained that she had no appetite. A nurse visited and gave her more saline solution with vitamins. The next day, on the 14th, she complained to the physician of a streak of blood in her phlegm. So she was coughing up blood. Now, that's pretty common if you have pneumonia. She also received a massage. She was watching television with people and subsequently went to bed. She was later found unresponsive and was pronounced dead at the scene. Okay, so if she was found unresponsive at the scene, here's the next question. Why did they give the call to the dispatcher, whoever made the 911 call? Why was the dispatcher told that she was in cardiac arrest, that it was a cardiac call? Because if she was found unresponsive, where would they get that from? Wouldn't they usually call in a cardiac arrest call if the person was actively having chest pains or in some type of situation where it seemed as though they were having a heart attack? But they said she was unresponsive and she clearly had been dead for hours. Please pay attention. They said that the girl went in there and checked on her at 8:30, thought she was asleep, came back at 11:30, saw she wasn't moving. That's when they got concerned and said, okay, she might be dead. And then they made the calls, I guess. But then they say when they got there, when they called, they said, as well as the police said, that it was a cardiac call. That's what you heard the dispatcher say. So how is this even making sense that they would say it's a cardiac call when the woman was already laying in the bed dead, especially if she had green discoloration in the abdomen area, which is something that you get about 18 hours after death. But let me continue. Autopsy revealed fibrinopurulence effusions, which is an infectious fluid of the chest cavities, and pleuritic infection on the surface of the lungs. There was also evidence of lobar pneumonia, which is a lung infection. Okay, so they said there was evidence of lobar pneumonia. This is all real crazy for me. Now, so they took tests for all of this. Now, here's the thing. So, hold on. Do I want to go to that one first? Okay, now look at this. It says postmortem toxicology was unremarkable. Okay, lobar pneumonia is an infection of the lung caused by bacteria. Immune cells invade the air spaces where oxygen is taken in, and this is accompanied with necrosis, which is death of the cells. Pneumonia decreases the lung's ability to take in oxygen, and over time it can cause sudden death. Sudden death. They said it can cause sudden death. Okay, now that's interesting, but at the top, it says that the swab test that they did was negative for viruses. That's what it says. that the swab test was negative for viruses, which I find that very interesting because they'll take a swab test to see if you have pneumonia or the flu. Normal results. A normal result means no bacteria or fungi were seen in the test sample. A normal value is no growth of any bacteria. Talk to your doctor about the meaning of your specific test results. Okay, so my thing is, if it said that it was negative for strep, let me go back to that one. Yeah, it said the swabs were negative for viruses. Okay, I don't know. This is all just real crazy, but let me continue. Now, some tests use a swab of the throat because I looked it up when I saw that it said the swab test was negative. Okay, some tests use a swab of the throat, nostrils, or the area of the back of the nose to look for viruses that can cause respiratory symptoms and pneumonia. But it says the swab test came back negative. Okay, so that's real crazy to me. Pneumonia is an infection of one or both of the lungs caused by bacteria, viruses, or fungi. Okay, so that also is strange because, again, it said the swabs tested negative. So she should have had bacteria, viruses, or fungi. Bacterial pneumonia often affects just one part, one lobe of a lung or lobe of a lung. When this happens, the condition is called lobar pneumonia. Those at risk, now listen to this, those at greatest risk of bacterial pneumonia include people recovering from surgery, people with respiratory disease or viral infection, and people who have weakened immune systems. So why did she have lobar pneumonia in the first place? Because it seems like she got this from out of nowhere. Now, she didn't catch it from anyone in the house because no one living in the house with her had it, which is very strange. So where did she get this from? And from looking at what they say, that doesn't sound like something that would just pop up. You have to have a low immune, usually doesn't have to be, but in most cases, it's someone with a weakened immune system, someone who is recovering from surgery. And that's true because if you have a surgery and you're healing, they make people in the hospital get up and walk around, because if you just lie flat in the bed and you don't get up and move around or whatever, then fluid can build up in the lungs and you can get pneumonia. Okay, so that is absolutely how you can get it. And then people with respiratory disease or a viral infection. So did she have a viral infection because the swab test came back negative? Okay, now as you can see from this diaphragm right here, that was done with the autopsy, I do believe, it shows where there was a puncture in her hand right here. Okay, and then this is the greening around her waist, the greening area of the stomach, which I told you that starts from decomposition. And then if you look at her bicep right here, that's where the contusion is. And that looks like a big, pretty nice sized scar. And so where did that come from? Yeah, this is all very strange. Now, here's what it says also. This is the bacteriology report, I believe, and it says amended reports. Okay, so my question is, why was it amended? Let me see if I can find that in my email so I can see it better. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. November the 20th. Okay, so it has a list of bacteria that were found in her blood when they took blood samples, I guess, because it says Clostridium species, not C, infections from food or be caused by a.m. on November the 15th. Porter's goddaughter checked on her and found her in the bed, but assumed she was asleep. It wasn't until 11:30 a.m. when Porter's housemates realized she wasn't moving and called 911. So the girl saw her in the bed at 8:30 and then came back and checked at 11:30, and that's when they realized she wasn't moving. Hold on for a second. So with that all being said, I have questions, because here's the thing. If she was in the bed deceased at 8:30 and the girl thought she was just asleep, then goes back at 11:30, realized she's not moving, she's dead. Had rigor mortis set in yet? Because it takes about 1 to 6 hours for rigor mortis to set in, and in most cases 2 to 4 hours. Okay, on the average, 2 to 4 hours. So she should have been getting stiff by then. It's all I'm saying. Now, they don't say anything about that, because if she was in rigor mortis at that point, they would have definitely known she was dead. It would have been more than just her not moving. So something. This is just all sounding real crazy. Hold on. Let me continue. Now that was 11:30, so 3 hours later. It was later determined that she died from lobar pneumonia, according to the coroner. The manner of death was certified as natural. Okay, Combs, age 49, told Essence that the day Porter died, his world was turned upside down. In addition to the couple's 3 children, Porter and Combs' blended family, which he called unconventional, in essence, includes his daughter. Okay, we already know who it includes. That's very interesting. Dead for a minute. Which is caused by a reaction between gases and deoxygenated hemoglobin in the blood. Okay. So the reaction takes place in the body's cavities after death. Green discoloration starts when the body is decomposing. I learned all this in school for criminal justice, honey. Okay. And there is a puncture wound of the posterior aspect of the right hand. Puncture, like somebody stuck her with something. Where would she get a puncture from? Why would she have puncture wounds, blunt force trauma, contusions? This all sounds like she was scrapping, like she was fighting. And it also sounds like she was dead for a minute, because this is real crazy with the greening of the, let me just make sure I'm not going crazy, because I do remember learning this in school. Okay, here it is right here. Okay, it says the body turns green after death. Let me just show this on the screen so y'all don't think I'm just making stuff up. Can you all see that? Let me try to enlarge it. Y'all see that? It says the body turns green after death due to the formation of a self-hemoglobin, which is caused by a reaction between gases and deoxygenated hemoglobin in the blood. Okay. So the reaction takes place in the body's cavities after death. Okay, hold on. Let me see how long it takes for that to start. Okay, see, I'm telling you all, this is what I was talking about right here. She was dead for longer than that. She had to have been, because this is what it says. Hold on. Maybe not. I'm not gonna say necessarily, but it just really sounds suspicious. I'm about to show this to you all on the screen. Okay, because this is real interesting. You all see this? I told you all she had to have been dead for longer than 3 hours for her body to be turning green in the abdomen area. This says this greenish discoloration of the skin results from the formation of self-hemoglobin facilitated by the commensal intestinal bacteria that invades the tissues after death. This skin discoloration in the right iliac fossa region appears about 18 hours after death. 18 hours. So I'm sorry, that's real crazy. How does she have discoloration already? How was she having discoloration already? But let me continue. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. Now, okay.
Now, because remember, it said that the swab test was negative. So a negative result means no harmful viruses or bacteria were found in the sample. A positive result means a specific type of harmful virus or bacteria was found in the sample. It indicates you have a specific type of infection. If you're diagnosed with an infection, be sure to follow your provider's recommendations. Okay, so here's the thing. So if she had lobar pneumonia, why did that swab test come back negative? I'm not a doctor, so don't get me to lie. I'll have to talk to my cousin and a couple of my family members who are nurses or whatever, because that just really sounds strange to me. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen so you all can get a better look at this, because I can't really read it on that little small thing. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. I'm going to stop it right there because we've already seen that part. Now, here's the thing. I wanted you all to see that because something sketchy was going on. Okay? Something sketchy was going on. At the end of the day, remember I told you guys that they said she died from natural causes, but when I showed you the video or the screenshot of Chris Gamble, who is Kris Jenner's boyfriend since 2014, who Kanye West says is a handler and basically is CIA, right? I think Kanye called him a handler. I know I said he was, but Kanye definitely said that he was CIA. So with that all being said, when I showed you all the screenshot of Chris Gamble being on the scene, and I showed you also that Kamora Lee was on the scene. I showed you that months ago. But the thing is, Chris Gamble was standing close to homicide detectives. So why would homicide detectives be on the scene? See, this is why it's not making sense. How do you have homicide detectives investigating, but then you say she died of natural causes? Because even when they called 911, and you all remember, I played you the audio of the dispatcher, and he was saying that they got a call about cardiac arrest. So how did they get a call about cardiac arrest? That's the first thing they mentioned. But the person that found her niece or whomever it was, said that she was unresponsive. So what led them to the conclusion of cardiac arrest, for one? And then if they thought it was cardiac arrest, why did they send the homicide detectives? And if she already had pneumonia, then why, when the family called, didn't they say she had pneumonia? And why, or did they? Right? Or did they? I'm just wondering. So some of this stuff is not making sense. Okay? Timex Love said rigor mortis begins a couple of hours after death. Right. And then above all that drama said that his grandmother passed away and that she got stiff within an hour to an hour and a half. So this is all just very strange. Okay. DeBear said, Queen, I'm walking with you in your thoughts. Thank you, beloved. I'm just trying to figure this out because this is not making any sense. You have homicide detectives investigating, but you say that it was natural causes. She died from pneumonia, but then the pneumonia test, the test for viruses, bacteria, and fungi come back negative. The swab test. I saw someone in the chat, I can't remember who, but they said usually to test you for pneumonia, they do a chest x-ray. Yes, I know. I've had that done. Of course, I didn't have pneumonia, but they did do a chest x-ray on me to see. But at the end of the day, this is all crazy because if the swab test came back negative, it's not making sense as to how they say that she had this lobar pneumonia, which clearly says that, it comes from bacteria, viruses, or fungi. And they're saying that the swab test was negative, so she didn't have any of those, is what it said. Okay, so that's all interesting. And also, here's the thing, too. So Michelle Lee is the medical examiner investigator who was on Kim's case. She was investigating it, too. Why would they have a medical examiner investigator investigating Kim's death if it was natural causes? Somebody's lying somewhere, and I think we all know who. And then also in that video, you heard me say, why did they amend the report? But then later, I think I told you guys that day, the same live, that I realized the reason it was amended is because Dr. Ed Winter, who was initially on the case, and he was fired, taken off of the case, and then he turns up dead. When they talk about reopening, pay attention. But he was taken off of the case and another coroner or medical examiner was hired. Okay. And then he gave the details of the autopsy 2 weeks later. So he basically amended it and took out the findings that Dr. Ed Winter had on there. Completely took those out, which I thought was strange. But now I want you all to hear this audio. And let me just say, shout out to Paperclip Party. Because Paperclip Party, I don't know how he be getting all this information, but he actually called Dr. Michael Farzam and asked him flat out, okay, what did you give Kim Porter? I want y'all to pay attention. This dude is a mess, okay? He really is serious and he be going in, okay? So please pay attention. Please pay attention. With that all being said, everyone please like and share, like and share. Hold on. I think Danny Doherty, I'm going to block him because I think that's a troll. Moderators, can you all tell if that's a troll? Let me see what else they said in here. Hold on. Yeah, definitely a troll. Definitely a troll, especially when you don't have a profile pic. Okay, so with that all being said, hold on. Lolita says lower respiratory is what she died of. Swab the nose, that's the upper respiratory, two different tracks. Okay, so with that all being said, the question still remains is why did they have on the autopsy report there was natural causes from the lobar pneumonia, but then they still had homicide detectives? Okay, thank you. Pearlie said he is. Okay, I thought that was a troll. Okay, so with that all been said, now listen. Richie Baltimore said Project Paperclip. Right. Okay, so shout out to Project Paperclip. As I'm looking at his channel, it says, hold on. It says Paperclip Party. That's what it says on the channel. So shout out to Paperclip Party, Project Paperclip. Okay, so I'm going to play this audio where he called the doctor. Okay, Dr. Michael Farzam. And this is something he did like 2 weeks ago. Okay, he did this. He made this call like 12 days ago. Okay, so he was the first one to make the connection from Dr. Farzam to being connected to Kim Porter, the doctor who she was dealing with when she passed away, who gave her the recommendations of what to take, who gave her the ordered the saline injections and all of that. Okay, also connected to Drake and Kanye. So we're going to finish with the Kim Porter first, and then we're going to go next. Don't worry about the troll. I already got rid of them, beloved. I already got rid of them. Now, listen to this. Hold on. Let me make sure my volume's up.
You probably want to, you know what I'm saying? It's that party city. You would create paperwork. Al and Kim were divorced, so no standing. Yeah, I told you, Frost.
Right. They married in 89 and divorced in 90.
Yeah, he can't make no decisions, but if you find out that he's an executor of the will or any type of thing, then he can make some decisions.
He might have had an insurance policy on her when they was married.
Hey, y'all almost fell out the bed. Mandy, you know I be on her joking. Don't be falling on no bed, Mandy. We don't want you to get hurt.
Can you get in no trouble for no negligence?
Yo, we don't know that. Don't be suing me for that. You know what? Y'all been out there suing me for no negligence. When I fell out the bed,
hold on, let me cue the video. Okay, here we go.
Mute up. I got a few numbers for the doctor. Let me call him real quick to see what's really going on. And why did he really unalive her? And can't y'all believe he's 50 years old, y'all? He was born May 19th.
That's exactly what I said, Miss Sandra. Miss Sandra said if she was sick, why was no one else in the house sick? Exactly. How do you have lobar pneumonia, but no one else living in the residence with you is sick at all? That's very strange.
73. This dude is 50 years old, y'all. He's definitely in the game. All right, let's get it.
Hold on. Richie Baltimore said the Queen is doing an investigation live on YouTube. Okay, thank you, beloved. So was the Paperclip Party, because I'm telling you, he called this doctor. I don't know how he got this man's number.
Hey, how How you doing, Dr. Farzam? It's John. I can barely hear you, though. How can I help you? All right, Dr. Farzam, I wanted to know if you still do house calls. Yeah. How did you get this number? My friend gave it to me. He said that you did a house call on his wife. Okay, how can I help you? All right, so this is the thing about it. Did you ever do a house call with Miss Kim Porter? Do you remember doing one with Miss Kim Porter? Sorry, sir, you're calling me on my home line, so I don't think you have the right information, first of all. So if you're asking about patient information, clearly that's confidential. No. I'm just talking about, I got the autopsy report, and it don't say anything about cardiac arrest. It says you gave her saline and vitamins. Okay, you can read the report, but yeah, please don't call me on my home line. Mr. Farzam, why did they block your name out of the report? That's what I was trying to figure out. You can ask whoever wrote the report. I don't know what you're talking about, sir, but please don't call me on that weekend. Sir, that was the autopsy dude that did that. Mr. Farzam. All right. Mr. Farzam.
Oh, shit, he ain't gonna sleep tonight.
He's running. Mr. Farzam. He's shook, bro. He's shook. He's shook. He's shook. He would have talked to you if you would have asked for him to do a house call.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so listen. Pensilola said, I'm late, but PW crazy, wig on, wig off. Okay, so listen, he called him back. Let me cue the video real quick. He actually called him back numerous of times, and then he finally answered. Hold on. Where is the timestamp for that? Okay, here we go. Hold on just a moment. Let me put his picture back up on the screen. Lights up, everyone, please. Don't forget to like and share. We try to make it all make sense.
How the hell that wing fit right around them cheeks just perfectly? I told you, he loving it. He just can't stop smiling. But you know what? I'm gonna tell you what he's doing right now. He pacing the floor. He's telling his kids don't answer that phone, and he probably cut the.
Hello. Sir, can you talk to me, please? Because I don't want to keep calling, sir. I know, man. You call 20 more times. I'm not. Sir. I just want to know, sir. What did you give? If somebody called me asking information about you, would you want me to give you that information? Sir, she died. You gave her a needle for 8 days straight. What did you give her? Did you give her thallium? Come on now, you talking about would you, bro? You gave her a needle for 8 days. Did you give her thallium? I will call you.
This is absolutely nefarious. Hold on, you guys. Hold on. Okay, so I want you all to pay attention. Do you all realize that some of the people on Twitter and YouTube who do these investigative stories should be working for the police department? They should be working for law enforcement in some cases, okay? Now, this is also interesting. Now, I'm sure the doctor is shook. He's wondering, how did this man get my phone number? Who's this calling me, asking me about Kim Porter's death and asking me about what I injected her with and talking about thallium? Who's this making these accusations? Where is this all coming from? I'm sure he's very concerned. But I want you to pay attention because that's the same doctor who wanted to give Kanye West the medicine, okay, allegedly. Now let's get into it because here's the receipts on that. Leaked Kanye West 911 call outlines doctor's safety concerns. All right. Now it says a call was placed, and I'm not going to play the leaked audio because I don't want any problems with TMZ. That's who posted it. You know, I told you about their receipts. They don't like anybody using their stuff. So I'm going to read this to you. A 911 call placed by Kanye West's doctor, excerpts of which were released by TMZ, showed concerns over the musician's safety as well as that of the responders. TMZ identified the person placing the call made on November the 21st as one of West's doctors, Michael Farzam, a general practitioner in Los Angeles. In the call, Farzam tells dispatch to not only send medical help to the rapper's residence, but the police as well. Why did he want the police to come? Says, if we can have some police backup, because I don't think the paramedics, this is what Farzam is telling the dispatcher at the top of the call. Later, the dispatcher says, don't let him get any weapons or anything like that to ensure West's personal safety and the safety of those arriving on the scene. Upon arrival, authorities discovered a medical emergency and West was transferred to the hospital by paramedics. West was hospitalized on November the 21st in the UCLA Medical Center and kept there for a week and a half until he was reportedly released. Now, the morning he was hospitalized, it was announced that West would be canceling the remaining 2021 dates on his St. Pablo tour. According to TMZ, West will need ongoing psychological and medical treatments following his reported nervous breakdown. Official details of his hospitalization have not been released. Okay, so there's that same doctor trying to give Kanye some medication. And remember, Kanye said he didn't want to take that lithium that they were trying to give him, which they've been giving to Britney Spears, okay, for all this time. And now Britney's, acting real crazy. So with that all being said, hold on, I'm going to go to the footage of Kanye. I showed you all this before. Likes up. Everyone, please like and share. And I also told you all about Harley Pasternak, who was Kanye's trainer, who I said I believe was in fact a handler. And I told you all, I showed you the receipts where Kanye posted the text where he said this man was sitting there threatening to put him back in zombie land and play date with the kids won't be the same, saying they'll pump him up full of drugs again and all of that stuff if Kanye didn't talk to him nice and without using curse words and saying lies that his friends told. Okay, and for those of you who weren't here when I did that broadcast. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. Now, I'm going to put an overlay up because I don't want any problems with ScrewTube. Okay, so I'm going to put an overlay up and I'm going to put my background music on too, just to kind of edit the video a bit so I don't have any issues. Okay, here we go. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Y'all getting the receipts tonight. Let me get this overlay on here real quick.
Kanye West's doctor, Dr. Michael Farzam, was the individual who made the 911 call that led to West's hospitalization. TMZ states that Farzam warned the 911 dispatcher that although West was cooperative before police officers arrived at the scene of his psychiatric emergency.
Okay. Hold on, beloveds. I had to stop that because I think I heard some music that might be copyrighted. So with that all been said, now let's go to Kanye West's interview, okay, on TMCast, where he's talking about them trying to give him that medicine and all of that stuff that he clearly didn't want to take. Okay, likes up, everyone. Please like and share. I'm going to share the screen. And that other video was basically repeating the same thing that I just said anyway, that I just read from the article. Okay, so we didn't necessarily need to hear that anyway. Okay, now let me put this overlay back on here.
It's like we want to jump into protecting the idea that we can't put a net around something, right? But that's been my job as a producer, to take, a Roy Ayers sample and put a James Brown drum and put it within a 2-minute, 3-minute song. That's the way I actually think, and that's the way I talk. And now this morning, I found out that they were trying to put me in prison because what they did was I moved $140 million into JP Morgan. And I said, I want to talk to Jamie Dimon. Like, look at me. I'm just going in naive, multi-billionaire, like, maybe Jamie Dimon will let me in on some deal flow. Wrong. And I'm just like banging my hands like, I want to meet with Jamie. And I start complaining online, and then they debank me for complaining. And so I'm about to get debanked. They're like, you need to go to Trump's, the bank, AXO, whatever, you got to go. And I'm like, I've been trying to buy my own bank for the longest. And then we figured out how to get my own bank. It's like 50 million, 75 million. So I'm about to buy my own bank. But then as they're about to take the money out, here comes Adidas with a $275 million bill for marketing funds that they agreed upon. Because I said to them, hey, I'm the marketing, give me the marketing fund, which proves by the response they got when they stole the designs and said, we're going to not call them Yeezys anymore. So this is what I was already fighting Adidas for. So I'm fighting Gap, get out of Gap, fighting Adidas. And then I deal with this little bit of noise from, Zionism from the fashion world, where they use this plant named Gabby, who's obviously like some kind of CIA agent, knows nothing about fashion. This is a certain thing. When someone can't dress, that they're not like a fashion person. They're just there as like the society, like the control that they try to use with celebrities, which has now been broken, right? Because where it broke. Okay. I want to get on like LeBron in a second, but I'm going to come back to this and just talk about this morning where, I'm not going to mention her name because she's a nice lady, but someone at Cohen Resnick tells me, and I tell all of my finance people, never use the term a lot, but they said, okay, you're going to have to pay a lot of taxes. And that made me feel like they're just like waiting, like we finally got them. We finally can put him in jail. And I was like, can I still run for president in jail? I found out I could. So I was like, okay, that's fine then. It'll be okay.
But if you were Jeffrey Epstein, they wouldn't touch your bank account. They would allow you to break the rules, regulations, just like JP Morgan and Chase did, just like Deutsche Bank did. So there is an issue to bring up with that. But when it comes to the race stuff, I think this is an important discussion to have because I
have to complete this thought. You guys got to.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, because I'm talking about literally finding out that they were trying to put me in prison this morning. Watch this. So
this morning.
Yes. So not come to my house this morning, but I found out, okay, so they put a $75 million hold on 4 of my accounts. And then they said, you owe a lot of taxes. Took me like 6 hours to find out how much a lot was. They said, well, around $50 million. Now I'm going to different CFOs like, okay, so would this be tax evasion? Because I'm obviously not the most financially literate person on the planet. I was just a child, basically. Like when you become famous, you stop growing at that point. I became famous at age 24 and I had handlers around. I had my mom around, different things. And it was always like you go from one handler to the next handler to the next handler. So now I get to actually learn how to run a company. I get to learn how to count. Really, I was like Pablo in a movie. It was like I didn't even know where to put the money, like literally making $300 million cash, but you're just like a high priced, we're not going to use the S word just because it's just like too passe to use it. But it's like next year I was supposed to make $500 million in royalties. And like no one needs this amount of money. But when I would work on homeless shelters and ideas, I'd have a contractor, we won't say what race, and they'd be tearing down the contracts. It's all about, position. It's not about the amount of money that you have. And, to come in here, I feel like it's a setup to be like defending. I'm not going to go through I'm literally going to walk the F off the show if I'm sitting up here having a, talk about you can't say that it was Jewish people that did it when every sensible person knows that. I mean, Jon Stewart knows what happened to me and they took it too far. It was like American History X. Like my head was on the side of the curve and the exact people that I called out kicked my head. We found out that my trainer was a MK Ultra Canadian intelligence.
He worked in the defense research and development in the Canadian military, essentially working on psyops in the Canadian military. This is Harley Pasternak.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, look, They tried to medicate me. I was exhausted. They wrongly diagnosed me. And they when I asked them, how much lithium did you want to put me on exactly? It took them 4 days to answer because they were embarrassed about the amount, right? And I refused to take this, right? You understand that if I had taken the medication, I would not be here, and it would have been, he was deeply troubled. We miss him. We love his music, though.
Well, they would have Britney Spears you. I mean, look at
they would have Michael Jackson
or worse, yeah. So look at what they did. Look at what they did to Britney. When she went in, she was tired, she was exhausted, she was in a bad way. But 10 years of that medication wrecked her brain. You can see it now. You can see there's not much of her left.
You mentioned Pasternak was the.
Okay, so I want you all to pay attention because basically Kanye was saying they were trying to kill him. They were trying to inject him with something that would kill him. Is that what they did to Kim Porter? Because here's the thing. Kim had puncture wounds, okay? At the end of the day, did someone inject her with something? Because that's what happened to Eazy-E. They say Eazy-E died of AIDS, but who dies of AIDS that fast? Okay? Who dies of it that quickly? And his wife at the time, she didn't have it. So I find it all very interesting is what I'm saying. And even Suge Knight came out. And for those of you who are my day ones, you may remember back in 2020, I did a story about that. And I talked about how Suge Knight said that they injected Eazy-E with AIDS. And who did Eazy-E have as his doctors? He had the same doctors as Jeffrey, I believe the guy's name is Jeffrey Lawler. What is it? Jeffrey Heller. Jeffrey Heller, I think that's his name if I'm not mistaken. The guy who worked with at Ruthless Records. So they say that Eazy-E was allegedly sent to his doctors. Okay? So this is a way to get rid of people. You have the doctors to do it. Let's not forget how they say that Dr. King didn't die from being shot, that he actually died because the doctor suffocated him with a pillow. A nurse who looks like me saw it and told the story. So I just want you all to pay attention. This is how to get rid of people. So did this Dr. Farzam, did he have something to do with Kim Porter's demise? I have questions. Was he trying to give Kanye West something to take him up out of here? I have questions. Okay, this is all real crazy. So I just want you all to pay attention. So with that all being said, I'm about to close out this broadcast. I want to thank you all for tuning in, but I don't remember exactly why I was going to show you all this video. Hold on, let me double check something real quick. Okay. I was going to show you all something on the video I did about Chris Gamble. Hold on. I think it had something to do with Kanye West. I can't remember. I've been getting receipts all day and doing other stuff for other projects too. Hold on. Let me just go to the timestamp that I have on here. Oh, okay. This is what it was. Okay. I was showing the picture of Chris Gamble. For those of you who missed it, I'm sorry, Corey Gamble. Why do I keep calling him Chris Gamble? Corey Gamble. Now, this is something he posted saying, "Happy birthday, Kim Porter. I will always continue to thank you for all you and Diddy did for my life. More love." Now, let's not forget that he also, they also said that he was like Diddy's Manny. Like he was taking care of Diddy's kids at some point. And he said himself that he practically raised Diddy's kids. So that means Diddy and this man were really close. They were really tight. Okay, with that all being said, don't you think it's interesting that he was at Kim's house the day that she died? Don't you think it's interesting that Dr. Farzam was Kim's doctor when she died? And don't you think it's interesting that Kanye says they were trying to inject him with lithium to kill him? And he was going to Dr. Farzam. So, yeah, that doctor's probably very nervous now. That paperwork party called him. How did he get his number? I'm sure he's wondering. Okay, so with that all being said, like stuff, everyone, please like and share. Thank you all for tuning in again. Egypt says sounds skittish. Absolutely. Okay. Al Rich said Corey Gamble was there when Kim passed away. Yeah, he was there on scene. I'm telling you, he was standing right beside, when I showed y'all the picture, he was standing right beside the homicide, one of the homicide detectives, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe it was the coroner. But nonetheless, homicide was on scene that day. Why is homicide there? if someone's found unresponsive in their bed? Why would the homicide detective show up to do an investigation? Why did this woman by the name of Michelle Lee, who's a medical examiner investigator, why was she on the case? Okay? It's not making any sense, is all I'm saying. So with that all being said, we know that Drake, he's pretty much done for. And his boss, his sugar daddy, Lucian Grange, is not going to get the payday he thought. Because when they had that meeting, the annual meeting with the shareholders, okay, and that company that basically calls out contradictions that, you know, compromise the integrity of organizations, Glass Lewis, when they have that meeting a few days from now, May the 16th, I have a feeling they're going to tell Lucian, you're not getting this money, okay? You're not getting this money. And they already have him under a microscope, like I told you all days ago. So with that all being said, it's all very interesting. Albert said Drake is exposed. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Miss Sandra says, we love all your content, Miss Queen. Please keep doing what you do. Thank you, beloved. Thank you. I appreciate you. So listen, some of you in the chat have said that you don't get notifications. So like I was telling you guys, I think I'm going to go back to using my method where I have you all text the word Royals, and then you text the word Royals, and then I send you the notification. I send you the link myself. So I think I'm going to go back to doing that. But also, in the meantime, until I do, you can always find the links to the broadcast in my YouTube community tab and also on my Twitter. You can always find the links there. And I go live every single day, Monday through Friday. If you don't get a notification from me Monday through Friday, I'm going live Monday through Friday, okay? You know I do the morning wake-up call. So I'm always live in the mornings, Monday through Friday. With that all being said, unless I make a change, and then I always let you know ahead of time, like a day in advance, okay? But other than that, I go live every day, Monday through Friday. Sometimes on the weekends, that varies. But I'm always live Monday through Fridays. It never fails, okay? So with that all being said, I want to thank you all for tuning in once again. Please like and share this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. And I want to thank you all for supporting my channel, for always tuning in. We have some good things coming. Don't forget that I'm going to be doing a very important interview next week. Now, I'm going to do the interview on Tuesday. I'm going to pre-record it, so I probably won't post it until Friday. I may not post it until Friday, okay? But I want you all to pay attention. Sandra said Drake's an agent, period, okay? I wouldn't put it past him. I wouldn't put it past him. We've already proven that he's fake, that he's a whole actor. You know, he's just putting on a show. At the end of the day, he's very fraudulent, that's all I'm saying. All right? So Nandy says, did I hear about the handsome young airman? Yes, I absolutely did, beloved. And I'm glad you brought that up. Okay, I'm glad you brought that up because you know what? Since you brought that up, I'm glad you did because I forgot to tell you guys. I'm going to report on that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and report on that tomorrow. So I will be live tomorrow. But I will probably go live tomorrow early because it's Mother's Day and everybody's going to be out doing stuff. So with that all been said, I'll go live probably in the morning to report on that, okay? I'll go live in the morning to report on that. I have all the receipts on it. Thank you. Above all that drama says great content, okay? It's what it is, says great angle of content. Thank you, beloved. All right, so I appreciate you guys. And yes, we're definitely going to talk about the airman because I've been gathering my receipts on that last night. And I got all the receipts. So, and I have the footage because I even have the body cam has been released and all of that. So, yeah, I'll report on that in the morning, probably around 10:30. Okay, probably around between 10:30 and 11. Okay, and with that all being said, I love you all to life. Miss Shanty, M. Shanty says, "Good info, Queen. Expose the clouds." Thank you, beloved. Absolutely. You know that's what we do over here. Okay, so everyone, I want to thank you all for tuning in once again. Please like and share this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. If you have not been receiving your notifications, please make sure you have the notifications turned on and that you click the word all. And that if you don't get notifications, just check my Twitter and my community tab. And if you follow any of my moderators on social media, specifically the chief moderator, Desmond, you'll see that he posts the links as well. Okay, so he posts them on Twitter and Instagram, I think. So with that all being said, each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.
Yo, Nick, hit him with that flavor.
Gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now.
That's
See
right.
a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy.
Real slick.
I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece. This time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got